What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So it's that time of the week. It's time for the week rotation, and I had a lot of much more fresh stuff. Some fresher fragrances for sure. I did wear some heavier stuff. We went to dinner a few nights this week, and I ended up just wearing those. I took a shower before we went to dinner, so it was kind of my scent for the evening. So you'll see some, dinner fragrances for a change, which typically don't make this rotation, but definitely some standouts here. Some stuff that's on the more seductive side, some of the evening wear. And these daytime scents are just versatile, fresh, but don't smell like exactly everything else. And I really dig that about them. Some a little more challenging than the others. We'll see. You'll know what I'm talking about when we get to those. But it's week number 176 in the rotation. Stay tuned. Starting off on Sunday is a very, very accurate clone of Amouage Reflection Man. This is from Khadlaj. This is Shiyaaka. Just did a full review on this one. This fragrance impresses me. The only difference I really get, aside from a slight quality difference, because the Amouage is a little bit higher quality as you would expect, would be the Lang-a-Lang. The yellow floral aspect of this stands out a little bit more in the clone than it does in the original. But it's so beautiful. That herbal green petitgrain feel at the top with this like earthy floral iris neroli combo. It's just gorgeous. God, this is such a good scent. Great performer. Definitely check out my full review if you want some more details outside of kind of this brief synopsis of it. Very affordable fragrance you can get for 40 bucks before any discounts. Just an absolute joy to wear. That was loud. I don't know how loud that came through on here. Sounded like a 100 horsepower 4-cylinder with no exhaust. But I digress. Point being, this is a fantastic fragrance. It's worth sampling if you're looking for a great clone of Reflection Man. During the day, Shiyaaka from Khadlaj. And then took a shower. We went to dinner that night. I wore this because my wife is a huge fan of it. Admittedly, her and I both like the flankers. Like, I have several of the flankers, more evening appropriate flankers in this line. We like them all more, but it's been a while since I wore this. I let her pick out which one she wanted me to wear, and she went with La Nuit de l'Homme. The original. See, it doesn't have some huge dent because I don't really wear it all that much. Still good stuff, though. Powdery, spicy, aromatic. Beautiful cardamom lavender. It's timeless. I don't care what anybody says. Can it be played out for some people? Sure. It had its day as a hype beast. And people will complain about, because this is a lighter color juice, like 2018, 2019, something like that for this bottle. And people will complain about performance. It's not like the vintage batches, the 2014 and prior. And I get all that stuff. I do. But my date nights go just a few hours. And this lasts the entirety of them. That's including going and have drinks, going to dinner, after dinner events of any kind that we may have, nightcap, whatever. Handful of hours, 4, 5, 6, even 7 hours sometimes. This goes the distance for me, and it's all I really need. So I'm not worried about getting vintage, higher performing versions of this fragrance. It still smells great to me and my wife. That's all that really matters. So out the shower and for dinner that evening, YSL La Nuit de l'Homme. Moving into Monday, this is a slightly more challenging fragrance for me personally because I traditionally am not a big fan of the animalic musks, though that has changed. This particular fragrance grew on me greatly through the testing phase of all the renditions that it went through on up to by the time this full bottle release came out. I knew it very, very well and didn't need to put a lot of time into this one to do the review. With Joey Cannoli and Zaharoff, the collaboration known as Signature Royale Triple X. So some people have told me they get more of the citrus than I do. I get the aromatics. The citrus probably plays a role in adding the freshness to this one. But I get this very animalistic, musky and musty type of leathery musk smell. Very much has the oriental base of Signature Pour Homme. It turns more into Royale's woody base without being as easygoing and versatile as the original Signature Royale. This is the third version, and it's the flanker to the flanker. Because Signature Royale is a flanker of Signature Pour Homme. Then you have Royale X, and then now Triple X. Man, this is something else. Those of you that like the dirty musks, and I mean a high quality dirty musk for sure, more niche crowd here, enthusiast type of stuff. Ooh, this is a little funky. Good funky though. Most people that have tried this, because there were travel sets that included this, that was kind of a test run for if it's something people wanted. It's kind of a dirty, naughty type of fragrance. you want all the backstory and everything, definitely check out the full review. It's available for pre-order at $135 right now. Once the pre-order is over, it goes up to $160. So if you're interested, there's a link down below. Once the full release happens after the pre-order, there will be samples if you want to sample first. I always encourage you to sample first. Don't be risky with the blind buy unless you know it's going to be for you, but hashtag cancel cannoli. You got to love it. So like I said, if you want more details, definitely check out that full review, but one that grew on myself and on my wife. My wife didn't like it at first either. The opening was a little challenging for both of us, but the dry down is gorgeous, and now I've gotten accustomed to just kind of, same dude flying by again, that kind of somewhat in your face type of opening that this one has. It's kind of a guilty pleasure for me. So during the day, Zaharoff and Joey Cannoli, signature Royale XXX. Then I got the shower. We switched it up. We went from high oil concentration, heavy, dark, musky, to bright, fresh, kind of chrome meets Dylan blue type of feel. And it's blue's in the name, actually. It's Ellis 360, very blue. This is actually a solid cheapie that I picked up recently from the rack store, and I've been enjoying wearing it. It's good stuff. Beautiful, fruity, fresh, aquatic blue, clean, inoffensive. Nice little affordable gem if you just want to, spend less than $20 and get something that smells good. It's not an amazing, groundbreaking blue fragrance, but I've smelled cheaper, more synthetic smelling blue fragrances than this one. And this can be had for, I think I paid right around $15. Yeah, it was $15 from Burlington. It's not some must buy. It's not some must have. But it is one that I have uses for. I have situations where I like to wear fragrances like this. Hence, where it's at in this video, out the shower. I think it shines for just lounging around, fresh and clean out the shower. It's solid for that. It's Ellis 360, very blue. Moving into Tuesday, the fragrance most synonymous with this channel. A blue fragrance that will remind you of a few others, but kind of does its own thing. It's lavender, soapy, it's a little powdery, sweet tonka bean, earthy green cypriol oil, some citruses up top. It is Salvatore Ferragamo, Acqua Essenziale Blue. I'm guilty of hyping the shit out of this over the years because I love this fragrance. I do. I just absolutely love this fragrance. It never gets old for me. I get great performance out of it. Not beastly, but very strong, well above average, 8 to 9 hour range longevity, great projection in the first 2 hours without being some room filler. I just love the way this smells. This is my second favorite blue fragrance. My favorite affordable blue fragrance. I think it's a number 2 in my blue fragrance ranking to Bleu de Chanel Parfum. Bleu de Chanel Parfum, I still think, until further notice, is the best blue fragrance ever, me personally. But if you put a price, limit on the blues, like say a cap of $50 USD, this is the one for me. This is my jam. I've wore this way more than Bleu de Chanel Parfum as well, so I just love smelling this one. Great stuff, super versatile. You gotta like a little powdery and sweet with your blues. It's not just some fresh blue aquatic or anything like that. They do have a little bit of ambroxan, but it's not some oceanic type of blue fragrance. There's definitely a little bit of sweetness and powder, and that's the thing I like about it. It's not too sweet or too powdery, but if you don't like powdery, you might not like this one. But during the day, Salvatore Ferragamo, Acqua Essenziale Blue, and then we got the shower. Now this is a polarizing fragrance. Some people love it and appreciate it. Some people think it smells like bug spray, cat piss. I've heard all these different things with Paco Rabanne's 1 Million Cologne. I have not wore this in quite some time. This is a tester, which you can see it says tester etched right through the back, literally etched into it. So basically, and it's this simple, picture Invictus Aqua plus a synthetic, fresh and powdery rose note. It's definitely chemically synthetic. That's where the bug spray comment comes in. I like it though. I've always liked this one. I haven't worn it in a long time. I jumped on a live stream and it was being talked about, so I jumped on and went ahead and sprayed it as my scent of the night, and I was enjoying it. I put 4 sprays on. Haven't reached for it in a long time. Super underappreciated fragrance. I'm not going to sit here and say it's underrated, because if people don't like it, people don't like it. People that do like it, do like it. It's everybody's own opinion. They're right to their own opinion. Not everybody's going to like every fragrance. I get that. But I think it's underappreciated for what it is, because I don't have a bunch of fragrances that smell like this. It reminds me of certain things. Like I said, I get the Invictus Acqua DNA going on in here. It's from Paco Rabanne. This could have been like a rose flanker in the Invictus line. To be honest with you, it really could have fit in, more so than the 1 million line. But I'm digging it. It's a great performer, believe it or not. And I actually think it smells pretty good. Out the shower, Paco Rabanne's 1 million cologne. Moving into Wednesday, this I actually wore during the day, and I wore it again out the shower. I gave myself another 2 sprays. Just did a full review on this one as well. This is kind of a Ventus with a twist. It's more vetiver dominant than anything else. It's got this smoky, woody it's basically a smoky, woody fragrance with some of the fruitiness, minus the black currant note is obviously missing greatly from the Aventus DNA, and it's not as heavy floral. It's not full of musk and ambergris. Doesn't even have those notes. This is another one from Khadlaj. This is Infini Absolute. This is fan-frickin-tastic as well. Like Khadlaj, this is super underappreciated and underrated house. This is some good stuff. When it comes to these affordable Middle Eastern fragrances that are kind of clones with a twist, God, that is so good. You're going to get the apple-pineapple combo, a little bit of juicy. I don't really get distinctive bergamot, but apple-pineapple combo for sure. Very smoky, a lot of birch here. And then it settles into this woody fragrance type of smell. That's just the way the vetiver comes across. Now, could it be a smoky type of vetiver? It's a little, I believe there's some patchouli in here as well that adds to that dark earthy tone, but it doesn't come across as dirty to me. It's actually clean and dark, believe it or not. I'm very surprised by this. I put this up there with my affordable Creed Aventus clones, up with my 2 favorites, which is Armaf Club de Nuit Intense Man Limited Edition Parfum and Afnan's Not Only Intense in the Supremacy line. Those 2 are my favorite as far as affordable, like takes and clones and twists on Aventus, because even those aren't one-to-one. This isn't one-to-one either. This kind of does its own thing with being more of a woody take on the DNA. I actually quite dig this one. It's impressive. Like I said, it jumps into that 3 hole with my top 3 affordable Creed Aventus clones. So definitely check this one out. I ended up enjoying it all day long. This is Khadlaj Infini Absolute. Moving into Thursday, this is one I have had sitting on my rotation table for weeks on end. Finally got around to wearing it. It wasn't even all that cold. It was like 60 degrees, but I still smelled amazing. My wife loved it. This is still my favorite in the line. I have smelled the Extreme. I need to get a bottle eventually. But this is my favorite version of Guerlain L'Homme Ideal. This is the L'Intense. This is the old black bottle before they changed to the clear glass with the tint. This is the older style, rich, beautiful, sweet. It has a little bit of the cherry smell from the Eau de Parfum. It's not listed in the notes. It's not near the sweet, fruity cherry smell of the EDP, but I do get a little bit of it, like it's still there. Maybe in the DNA, just a low balance, low concentration and percentage of it. With a beautiful, rich and robust leather and a hefty dose of this smoke accord. And of course, you get that creamy, slightly bitter almond smell. This is mag-frickin-nificent. This is so good. This is an experience worth having. I've seen people complain about the newer versions being a shell of what this bottle was, the original black bottle. I can't verify that. I haven't tried it. I don't think it's probably as drastic as some of the stuff I've read. That's probably an exaggeration. I'm not calling anyone a liar here. But Guerlain, as far as I know, typically doesn't really heavily reformulate their fragrances, at least not in just a short span like that, because this has only been out for 3-4 years, 5 years at the most, something like that. I don't remember the exact year. 2018, 2019, maybe even 2020. No, not 2020. 2018, somewhere around there. I didn't look it up. I'm not sure, but I'll tell you what. I wouldn't hesitate on getting a sample and trying it. Even if you're skeptical because you've read some of those comments and if you wanted to try this, just get a sample and try it. See how it is on your skin. See how it smells to you, because, of course, that's number one and most important, because I'll tell you what, the scent profile, whew, the best in the line, in my opinion. And the whole line's good. There's not even a mediocre fragrance in the line. Not Cool Cologne, the original, the Eau de Parfum Sport, beautiful, underrated. High price now because it got discontinued, I think, because it's high price now. The new one is basically, from what I understand, the discontinued Cologne flanker. Extreme's a nice, rich, earthy tobacco take on the DNA. You just can't go wrong in this line, but for me personally, this is the best one. It's my favorite anyways. During the day, Guerlain L'Homme Ideal Intense. When I got the shower after wearing something heavy, leather, smoky, sweet, I wanted fresh and bright. I actually just discussed this in my most recent reimagining, annual reimagining, I guess you could say, of my top 10 cheap fragrance alternatives video. And I went with Kenneth Cold Blue. I'm such a big fan of this fragrance. This is my second bottle. I do have a sealed 30 ml that came in a bonus pack with this 50 ml. Big fan. Kind of their take on Versace Mano Fresh, but it's more about this very synthetic orange smell, saltwater accord, and musk. It's just a salty, musky, watery smell, basically. It's that simple. It's 3 notes. You get all 3 of them bunched together. It smells that way from start to finish for about 4, maybe 5 hours if you're lucky. We're going to spray this again because that's great. I'm just a big fan of it. Cheapy, great, aquatic on a budget. Does it replace the awesomeness of Versace Mano Fresh? Not really, but it's one that I thoroughly enjoy, especially going to the gym. This is one of my favorite gym fragrances. When I do reach for something for the gym, this is one of the top choices. Out the shower, lounging around, great choice. Daytime, high heat summer wear, another great choice for that. You can get it super cheap too. I'll have links. I'll try to have links to everything down below that I can find. Some are going to be more difficult than others, but out the shower, I was digging it. Kenneth Cold Blue. Moving into Friday, slightly more unique, clean musk. I don't have other fragrances that smell like this. I saw somebody say something about it's kind of cloning one of the Electimus fragrances. I don't know which one. I haven't smelled it, but the quality's great. The performance is great. This is a deadly weapon. This bottle is so hefty. It's unreal. This is Afnan Edict Mustique. This Mustique fragrance is beautiful. It's clean. It's a little soapy. It's got this cotton linen type of smell with this musk. Very fresh, clean, white musk type of smell. This is so good. So underrated. We're spraying that one again, too. So beautiful. God, this is, and like I said, this is, I mean, the back of the glass is thick. The base is ridiculously heavy. This is a thick metal plate that wraps around the bottle. The cap's heavy metal. The collar's heavy metal. When I say this is a hefty blunt object, I would not want to drop this on my bare foot because it's gonna break some bones. I said this in the video when I talked about it. Oh, it was in my live stream when I was talking about Sin of the Day, I think. This is crazy. But the fragrance is awesome. This was sent to me a while back by my buddy Steve that owns Kingdom Fragrances in a little haul that he had sent to me a while back. Hadn't gotten around to it, been wanting to wear it. Wearing it now. Enjoying it this week. It's phenomenal. Clean musk, if you like clean musk, which is my preferred choice. I typically don't really reach for the animalic musks, but this is an experience worth having for sure. Sample when it comes out if you're skeptical. And then this one, I mean clean musk. They do it for me. Fresh, clean fragrance. I would say about 9 hours is what I got on longevity, if I remember correctly. Projection, not massive, but, you know, at minimum arm's reach type of stuff with a solid sillage to where I was able to smell it pretty easily for the remaining life of it on my skin. It's good stuff. I looked, and Kingdom Fragrance was out of stock when I looked. I'll see if I can find a link somewhere to put down below for anybody that's interested in it. I'll see where I can find it for sale. But during the day, man, this is so underrated right here. This is such a goodie. Afnan Edict Mustique. And then when we got out the shower, I ended up filming a Trash or Treasure video. Just picked this up at Ross Dress for Less. It is from Penguin. It's one of the few I didn't have, called Denim. Penguin Denim. So I get kind of a Sauvage vibe from this one. I saw people saying in the comments they kind of get a strong Fierce feel. Abercrombie and Fitch Fierce. I can see that. I can definitely see that. In the moment, it was hard to really depict it. Kind of like a Sauvage meets Fierce is basically what this smells like. Spoiler alert, I gave it a trash rating. It's not just awful smelling. It's a clean, pleasant fragrance. It's a shower gel scent, though, that replicates a little bit of, like I said, the shower gel aspects of Sauvage with the done-to-death aspects of Fierce, that fruity, spicy type of feel. You get a little bit of both, and they've been done to death, and they've been done better for just a few dollars more. That's why I gave it the trash rating. I picked it up for $12. Not bad. It's okay. It smells good. But if I would have tested it first, I wouldn't have bought it, because I have a bunch of fragrances that smell like this that do the job better already, and most people will have a fragrance that smells like this and probably does the job a little better. even if you've got 10 to 15 fragrances in your collection, you probably have something similar to this that does a better job. That's why I gave it. Just want to let you guys know that's why I got a trash rating. But it's still decent. I wore it in the video. I sprayed it on my neck, and I had it on my hand as well. It's a pleasant, easygoing fragrance. Is it something I'm going to reach for often? Probably not. But on occasion, if I get in the mood and it catches my eye, I might just say screw it and throw it on. And that's what happened here. Out the shower, Penguin Denim. Finally, moving into Saturday. So I wore this as my scent of the day. We then, after my live stream, which go check that out, we had surprise guest at Quality Fragrance. We had Big Beard Business stopped by. Shout outs to Buck. We had Aromatics, my buddy Yves. We had the Cologne podcast, Brian and Mike. It was great to have them. We had an unaverage Joe. We had my buddy Dedrick Hicks Jr. We had a great cast of characters with some great conversation about fragrance, performance, least favorite pickups, bucket list stuff. It was just a great time. Make sure to check out that live stream. With the recording of this, the day this goes live, it's my most recent live stream. So I was wearing this for it. It is Hermes H24 Eau de Parfum. Man, this was such a good release. I can't wait to see where they go with the next flanker, because so far so good. The EDT is amazing. Fresh green metallic. This lose some of the freshness with the same scent profile. Richen it up, add some earthiness, a little bit of a mossy smell. The fruitiness is kind of enhanced. That's supposedly non-existent in there. It's a beautiful fragrance. God, this is so good. My sillage was great too. I didn't really need to refresh because we went to dinner tonight. We ended up we were in the mood for Applebee's. We went to eat Applebee's. I ended up doing 2 more sprays just to refresh. Like I said, I didn't really need to. I just wanted to kind of intensify the sillage, and boy, did it. It was just awesome. I really enjoyed wearing this one today. This was my first full wearing of this. Yes, because I've only done testing on it so far. This was my first full wearing experience, and it was just so lovely. This was such a good release. I believe it's a release from last year. Yes. And it's such a good release. I'm so glad to have it. I can't wait to see what the next one's going to be. Whether they go the fresher route, the darker route, the Parfum, whatever. I'm sure they're going to do something similar along the lines of what they did with the Terre d'Hermes line, and I'm here for it. I'm digging the H24 line. So during the day, and a refresher to go out for dinner, was Hermes H24 Eau de Parfum. And I just got out the shower. I'm going to be changing in a little bit. I wanted to throw this is what I wore for the stream. I only wore it for a little while. Threw it back on to do this video. And after I throw my pajamas on here in a little bit, the cut sleeve and the pajama, I'm already wearing the pajama joggers. The benefits of filming chest up, right? I'm going to be wearing this out the shower here in just a minute. CK All from Calvin Klein. This is kind of a CK1 summer flanker with some deeper aspects of the scent profile. Performs a little bit better. It has this bright, zesty citrus that settles into a creamy floral citrus smell. There's a lot of white florals here, like Freesia, for example, but it doesn't come across as feminine to me. Very unisex fragrance. Bright, fresh, super enjoyable. They're popping up at Ross Dress for Less. I bought this in Chicago at Ross Dress for Less. The other night when I went to Ross Dress for Less here in Colorado, they had it. It was in the Trash or Treasure haul video for this. I pointed this out. So it's out there, guys. It smells like a deeper, richer, slightly better performing CK1 summer flanker, because this has all the fresh citrus and bright, super airy and brightness that you come to expect in the CK1 summer flankers. It's all here, no pun intended, in CK All. Great recommendation by my buddy Joey, and yes, I'm talking about the same Joey that is in collaboration with Zaharoff on ROYALE XXX. Definitely check it out. This is a worthy $20 dice roll to rack store, in my opinion. Here in just a few minutes, I'll be spraying CK All from Calvin Klein. Well, that was this week's rotation, and until next time, do me a real quick favor. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, because I do appreciate all the feedback, and I love hearing from you guys. What'd you guys wear this week? Did you happen to wear any of these things? If you're interested in hearing some more information about these, I have full reviews on literally, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of these fragrances. I have full reviews out on YouTube. If you're interested in hearing more information beyond what you got here, kind of a brief synopsis, like I said earlier, kind of a quick rundown of the experience I have with them. And until next time, I will say, if you get your hands on any of these and you give them a spray now, I'm pretty confident you'll thank me later, because I was smelling great all week long. Have a good one, guys.